Hi parents, welcome to Parental Guidance, the first and only show on YouTube dedicated to providing you with monthly insights on how you can better connect with your child. This is for our Capricorn children. Welcome to March. A very good message for them. It focuses on them doing their work. And, when I say mind your business, it's a play on words because it's telling the goal. The essence is for your child to focus their mind, their attention on their activities, their work, their tasks. So keeping your mind on your business, your tasks, being focused on your end goal, because there's a lot of like tiny distractions that are wanting to come in to deter them, while they need this encouraging word to just keep their focus on conquering their fears, working through their uncertainties, their insecurities, and really driving this thing forward, pushing through and maintaining their mind and their focus on their objectives and their goals for this month and for their childhood, their lives. So that's what that's about. They have the Ram card in reverse, and I know this does not help you. But the Ram card in reverse, and of course the Ram is for Aries, which is also a cardinal sign. It's somewhat complementary, but it's not. It's the opposite. It's the opposite sign of Capricorn. So you got Aries, which is somewhat of the polar opposite cardinal sign of Capricorn. In the upright, this card stands for sacrifice, growth, and divine life. And the fact that it's in reverse, it tells me that they may feel the desire to give more than what they should. So this is asking them to have boundaries. This is asking them to, focus on their growth, their spirits, where spirit is trying to take them. And I guess what I want to say is I know that this card is for them because, the horns. It's even though it's even though it represents a different sign, it's still within the same family of horned animals. Not so much like tusks, but horns. Okay, so I know that this is for our Capricorn little ones. So just something to keep in mind. They have the Lemon card in reverse as far as their vibration. It says access your innovative thinking. So there could be some blocks, some hindrances, something prohibiting them from fully accessing their ideas. There may be some hesitancy, some fear surrounding thinking, with ingenuity, because these are smart kids. They're like little workhorses. They're very much adults as children, and they get a little bit more lax, thank the Lord, as they get older. But there's a block concerning like maybe their inspiration or things of that nature. So just keep that in mind. I love this smoky quartz. This always reminds me of something trying to push through and clear through the surface. So their challenge this month deals with, again, an emotional blockage. Negative thoughts, release, grounding, and protection. So there's a need for them to, release this negative block so it can clear through the top, to protect their hearts, their ideas, their boundaries, for them not to be flighty and get caught up in what everybody else needs, but for them to be a little selfish this month and remain grounded on what are their tasks, what do they need to do, not allowing negative thoughts of others to impact them, not listening to the doubts and the fears within themselves. Their mood is, there is some hesitancy. You know, they have the fear card, which says, I realize that I am testing my resolve to live in the energy of love. So it's them stepping out, walking in an expansive vibration than one that is constricting. Let me see if I can find any other ideas that I need to share. No, just following in the midst of uncertainty, in the midst of challenges, in the midst of adversity, to fear not and to continue to push forward. Pushing through fear, doubt, things of that nature. And the beautiful thing is their goal is they're staying curious. I'll give you a moment so you can read that. But in the midst of everything, they are just going with the flow, staying true to themselves. It's really a beautiful thing. The overall theme for the month and the subsequent weeks that will follow, it's this trusting into their intuition and distancing themselves from drama or distraction and desiring to seek out why things are happening, as well as just focusing on what they need to do, because there's people in their life for whatever reason in this month that are trying to pull on them to get them to do what they need them to do. And sometimes those words can be like, well, why won't you help me? And it's giving this thing of fear or guilt, like, you know, I need you, you know, and it creates an unnecessary anxiety in your child. And so it's just something to be mindful of. I don't know how that applies to you, but that's the overall theme. So in the first week of March, they have the Deeper Knowing card, and it speaks of like their intuition, trusting the divine, being still, meditating even, just maybe even having a hypersensitivity to the environment of the divine. And then, of course, the second week in March, they're dealing with, somebody who may be trying to start drama or bring drama up, and they're being encouraged just not to get involved. Just step away, avoid this never-ending story, this drama. And I feel like this is the person that they need to stay away from. Whoever this person is to them, they are like, I won't say that they're unstable, but their focus is just so scattered that they become more of a distraction than a help to anybody. So not to take on other people's stuff, that's them. It's smart for them to recognize that, and put distance between them owning this person's stuff and that person and their stuff. So it's like, nope, that's not me. That's all you. I am avoiding this and I'm staying away. In the third week, they might find themselves just questioning life in general, maybe people's motivations, understanding, how the world works, why the world works the way that it does. Just in a state of being inquisitive, wondering, asking why. I just see investigation, wanting to know more. And then finally, in the fourth week, they are coming to understand that, and maybe something comes up where they feel that they may need to help either the same individual, or it's an instance that presses upon them, but they're discovering and learning still, this is not my stuff. Like, I'm not, putting a boundary to say, no, I'm not cleaning up your stuff. They may feel compelled to clean up everybody's stuff, but it's like, no, I am only responsible for me and my boundaries and my stuff. You take care of yours. So it could be that they, in some capacity, they're focusing on other people, trying too hard to help, but it's like they need to focus on them and free themselves from the responsibility of being the caretakers of other people. That's a natural thing for Capricorns to, kind of be the parent or be more mature. So that's something to consider. Now, what's changing is they have a new career coming up. Now, this can mean a lot of different things. I just see it as a new direction. If your child is obviously not of working age, you know, there's no surprises coming like, hey, mom and dad, I'm 5 and I got a job delivering pizza. You know, it could be a different avenue or vein or direction that their attention is focusing on, because they've been focusing on somebody else. And now what's changing is they're funneling their attention in a new direction that best serves them. So it could be a new career, it could be a new activity. It's just a new path, a new direction that your child is taking, and it's what they want to do. So it's exciting. The solution, of course, is to cleanse their energy. You know, you got this again, releasing negative energy, cleansing their energy. I love when these cards like complement each other and confirm each other. It's beautiful. I'm like, let me find it in the book. But yeah, it just talks about like release and emotional blockage, cleansing your energy, things of that nature. It's great. So at the bottom it says, when you release negativity, the answer to your questions shines through. So that's the answer. I mean, that's what they're doing. The challenge is releasing stuff. The answer is releasing stuff. And, you know, negative thoughts, negative energy, negativity. So their focus is just to keep their eyes on the prize. Mind their business. Get rid of the negativity and separate themselves from people who just try to be a distraction and who are selfish and not thinking about your child. It could be anybody. It could be a friend. It could be a teacher. It could be a classmate. It could be, you know, a family member. It could be anybody. How you can help, you have the mindfulness card in reverse. It's funny, a lot of the readings, and I'll share it and then I'll share it again since I mentioned it, but a lot of the how we can help support our kids this month is taking a back seat and letting them emerge through this time. I thought that's really cool while I was doing a lot of these readings. But it says, manage your mind. When we direct our thoughts and words towards the outcome we want most, or the outcome we most desire, we ignite grace. And it's funny, you have, you know, cards of direction, you know, things about the mind and focusing on the mind this month. I just like how the cards complement each other. So, you know, I'm trying to think of how else this can be interpreted. And this could be, you know, you're not focusing on mindfulness for your child. It really could be that you're focusing on yourself, taking the focus off of how you need to help your child and help yourself. You know, manage your mind, manage your thoughts, aligning yourself with the divine. Speaking of you, oh, beautiful, beautiful you. What you're dealing with, which is great, it's almost like stuff is coming to fruition. A divine setup. You have Lady Luck. This card speaks of fate, taking risks, evaluating the odds, superstition. It's almost like this Y card. You're just like assessing things, you know, calculating risks. But I feel that as you're doing that, it's a divine setup. It really is. It's like you have maybe last month done the work to put yourself in this position where you can take calculated risks or plan or, you know, anything dealing with moving your family forward. But this is a good thing. And this is also coupled with the I am valuable card. So I'll give you a moment to read this. Excuse me. But you know that you're valuable. You know your worth, and that's being applied to how you speak to clients, how you handle business offers, business deals, negotiations. You're like, no, it's my time. I've done the work. I'm setting this stuff up. I deserve this. You know, I know my worth, and here's what it is, and I'm going to show you. So I feel like you know who you are, you've done the work, you know what you bring to the table. And because you have like the divine insight, the skills, the wisdom, everything, the tools that you need to work, this, magic and fate, and to know the calculated risks that you need to take, it makes you more desirable to your circle, your employees, your employers, to be a person of influence for sure. So I'm just excited for you. You know that you're worth any and all success that you achieve, and no one can take it from you. And it's just beautiful. I love how these cards complement each other. So kudos to you. Great job. Good work for you for March. Blessings to you in your personal endeavors, and as you connect with your little one and helping them facilitate this environment where you are helping them to hone in on themselves, to block out distractions and negativity. So thank you again for watching. Let me know what you think about this video in the comments, and we'll see you again next month. Take care.